GM, my friends. Happy Tuesday, August 1st. It was another great day, wasn't it? The best day. We always have the best day, don't we? We do. I just heard something disconnect. I hope that wasn't any of you. I hope that wasn't me. I don't know what that is. We'll roll with it. Okay. Let's get right into it. I have much less time today, and maybe that'll actually keep me short. We'll see. Quick top collections review. Bored Ape Yacht Club, number 1. I'm not going to go through these all. I watched my video back from the other day, from yesterday. I did 10 minutes of just talking about the top 10. Incredibly boring. Let's hit the biggest ones. Bored Ape number 1, D-Market 2, Gods Unchained 3. The gaming ecosystem still staying at the top of the collection rankings. Again, it is a NFT product that matters. It doesn't matter if it's a bear market. It doesn't matter if it's a bull market. They will be here for good, and I think we all believe, even if P2E gaming won't be as big as we thought it would be, it's still going to be very, very significant, and it'll probably populate most of the NFT space. What I do want to bring your attention to is 2 NFTs that are here on the top collections, number 4 and number 6. So number 4, we have this Trees collection. It's on Ethereum. Doing numbers today. 700,000 in sales. I'm not sure if these are secondary sales or if this is actual mints. We'll do a little exploring later and see if we can find that out. But what is Trees? What is Tris? How do you pronounce it? Questions that we have to have answered. Important. Tris. Anyway, did a little digging. And by digging, I went to their Twitter. I went a little deeper than that. It is a DEX. A DEX is a decentralized exchange. I want to remind you, I am aiming long-term, maybe short-term. I want my audience to be people who are newer to NFTs, newer to crypto. I would like my friends who are very casual NFTs or just generally aware of them, I'd like them to be able to tune in and be able to learn something from these streams. So if you hear me slowing down or pausing and explaining a term that you're very familiar with, just know that is why. We need to educate people along the way. So a DEX is a decentralized exchange. Something like Coinbase, something like Kraken or FTX, those were centralized exchanges controlled by, a single entity, I guess. That's a terrible way to explain it, isn't it? But whatever, it works for now. A DEX is decentralized, meaning there is no central location that can technically go down and steal your funds. You're trading directly with pools that are set up decentralized and other people. And that's, again, a terrible way of explaining a DEX. I'll probably do an episode that's just kind of more tutorial training, and that might be a good idea. But on the fly, that's as best I can do with a DEX. These Trees NFTs are from this Pint Swap DEX. I know so little about it. I've never heard of it. My alarm bells are going off, maybe just a little bit here. They have very few followers for something that's going to be handling, well, we already see close to $1 million in funds. I don't know how much money they have on this decentralized exchange, how much is in their liquidity pools, but my process, I'm looking through their Twitter here. I don't know. I don't know what to make of the numbers. They don't seem super genuine to me. I will say that I'm more plugged into NFT crypto, NFT Twitter, as opposed to crypto Twitter. So it's possible that their activity is from the crypto Twitter side of things. But something doesn't feel right about it. And the fact that there's nobody that I know, nobody that I follow that follows them, that is probably the biggest red flag here. Having at least one person that you recognize, that you trust following an account is it's usually a good safety measure. I see nobody. I don't know about this one. I don't know if we'll see it on the leaderboard too long. I don't know if this is a long rug, and I don't want to accuse anybody of anything too early, but we've learned our lesson here, and we always need to be cautious in this space. So that's the Trees collection, doing big numbers today, and now we know it is a DEX. Now they have an NFT that I don't know if it represents positions, liquidity positions on the site. We have a lot to learn about that collection still. DraftKings. These are Polygon NFTs. We don't get a lot of insight on the website as far as what each specific sale actually is, but just from experience on DraftKings site, they have collectible cards and they also have fantasy sports. These are probably fantasy sports cards. I'm wondering if maybe there's like a new NFL Rainmakers fantasy sports season kicking off, but they're doing big numbers, and I'm not used to seeing them in the overall top 10. Certainly on the Polygon top 10, I see them at number 1 or number 2 daily, but today was an exceptional day as far as sales volume goes. You know what? We're going to take a look. Just need to see if they have something big dropping here today. Could be it. FedEx Cup. What is that, golf? Is that golf or tennis? Is that even a real sport? Totally kidding. Half kidding. All right, back to the global top 10. Just looking for anything that really matters here. Sales volume feels like it's up. We may see a negative here. We might see that we're down 2% with global sales, but this is a rolling number. It feels like it's trending up. I recall looking at the NFT sales volume at least over the past few days, and we were closer to 13 to 15 mil. We weren't at 19, so even if we were a little more recently, we're certainly trending up, and we might be able to see that in the chart here. Just curious. Yeah, I think we can see a little uptrend here. So this is going back to July 21st. And almost through today. I can't tell. Yeah, that comes through today. So we are definitely trending up. I don't know how sustainable this will be. I trust nothing in the space right now, and I don't have a lot of faith in any type of volume we're seeing at the moment. Again, I've mentioned this before, but especially knowing we're heading into the slow time of the year. But it is what it is, and it's nice to see at least heading in the right direction. Trade profits still not so hot. Negative almost 1.5 million, meaning sellers are on the losing end of these deals. And just a pattern we've seen really all year, but when I looked a little deeper, it was well into last year as well. So it's not been profitable for quite a while. Top collectible sales. I want to get right in there. Actually, maybe we take a peek at the top blockchain rankings. It looks about the same as it did yesterday. Ethereum, of course, at number 1. DraftKings, though, pushing Polygon up to the number 2 spot. 1.3 million in sales in 24 hours. Solana looking solid. Immutable X looking solid behind Gods Unchained again. And Binance, still the same 2 collections, AI World Nodes and Play NFT are really keeping them pretty well propped up. Mythos Chain, of course, with the D market. Just so you're aware, Mythos Chain has NFL Rivals, which is an NFL licensed mobile game. Has done huge numbers as far as active players. They have over 1 million downloads on I'm not sure which app store, maybe it's combined, but they have a lot of players, and this is heading into the NFL season. They could be primed to help bring in some adoption, really. I don't know if all the players playing the game realize they're NFTs. You're not presented with that info that they are NFTs until you go to sell your player cards, which are the players you're actually using in the game. So it's a cool way to get NFTs in front of people without putting it in their face that they're dealing with NFTs. Okay, let's move on from that. Top collectible sales. This I'm excited for today. Number one collectible sale today. I don't know why that's not coming up. We can work around that. Super cool punk. $208,000. And I'm hoping you can see that pretty well here. Let me even go full screen. Not me full screen. My goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Wrong idea. CryptoPunk, number 4593. Really hard to see. I will pull up an image elsewhere of this guy. Cool traits. Mohawk, clown eyes, clown nose. It's Joker eyes, I believe that's what the trait is called. Why can't I pull this up? Again, cool combination of traits. The clown nose is pretty rare. But the more significant thing here is the buyer of this NFT, which is someone who has been vocal that they've been shopping for a punk, trying to find the right one for him. I think they found the perfect punk. This is Beeple's CryptoPunk. I wonder if that's his first ever CryptoPunk. I really thought Beeple's included in this new Yuga Labs CryptoPunk's book that's coming out later. That might be in August, actually. That might be coming out this month. Anyway, Yuga Labs, the current owner of the CryptoPunks IP, putting out a book on the history of CryptoPunks. I thought I read that Beeple is in this book, being interviewed, giving commentary on the history of CryptoPunks. Maybe he is, and he never owned a CryptoPunk. He's just there as an authority figure in the space. He now owns a CryptoPunk. And here we go right here. Pretty sweet. It's a great-looking CryptoPunk. Okay, you buy the CryptoPunks or you buy any NFT that's a PFP because it becomes your digital identity. If you have trouble understanding why people value these NFTs, a lot of us live online at this point. My whole day is spent online. I know plenty of other people, their whole day it's working online, it's playing online. We do so much online these days. Finding the perfect character that represents you online, that becomes recognizable as you to other people, well, it is important. To some degree, it is important, and the longer we go, the more of our story and our lore we build online, the more important our persona and our character and our image will be online. I can't think of a better PFP for Beeple than this CryptoPunk. It's absolutely perfect. He's a clown, and I mean that in the nicest and the kindest way. He seems like a fantastic guy. He's a great ambassador for the space, has been pushing it forward for years. A special guy, one that history, and I'm not saying this lightly, history will look back and we will remember Beeple fondly, and we should enjoy what he brings to the space right now. He is very important to the NFT space, to the crypto space, and to the art space. So congratulations, Beeple. It's a phenomenal CryptoPunk. I don't know if I would have picked that one for you. I'm glad you picked it. It's so perfectly you. This is now Beeple. Congrats, sir. I just love it. Moving on, any other collectible sales that catch my eye? Not really. I do see these BRC20s. It's kind of nice to see Bitcoin, some Bitcoin sales. BRC20s are like meme coins over on the Bitcoin ecosystem, although a little different. What this is, instead of a coin that's being sold for $140,000, it's like a collection. It's a whole purse filled with these coins. Or a bundle, I guess. So this sale for $140,000, it's not the sale of that for one NFT, it's for a bundle of these BRC20s. Let's hope it's a whole bunch of them, and let's hope that trade was worth it, because that's a lot of money for a BRC20 that, truthfully, I've never heard of. And I see a couple other sales, at least one other, for that BRC20. A lot of Bored Ape sales. It's a nice captain sale right there. Very cool. Almost looks like the spirits in the Azuki collection. I like that. It's pretty cool. Okay, I wanted to move on from the leaderboard stuff quickly. I don't think I did what I promised. So let's move on. Let's hit on some news here real quick. This caught my eye. I thought it was pretty funny for one reason. Okay, an F1 team might take a Bored Ape across the U.S. Grand Prix finish line. Apparently in this race, there's a vote going on to have an NFT featured on the car, maybe on the hood of the car, whatever. To that, I say, I almost want to pop my collar and do the don't care thing. But honestly, at this point, who cares? Years ago, when NFTs were popping off and it was early, something like this would have sent NFT prices just soaring. It would have been the most exciting thing on the blockchain, and we'd all be screaming, "Wag me," and we would be convinced that NFTs are gonna make it so hard. And we've come such a long way. The fact that this happens, and I'm already on to the next story. Right? It's not the same as it was. Fantastic for NFTs still, but again, I don't say this to be a jerk, but. Neato. The Ordinals team is creating a non-profit to support devs. Fantastic. I have been saying this now for days. Bitcoin fell off a cliff. That ecosystem is almost non-existent, where it was solidly in the number 2 spot on the blockchain rankings by sales volume. It's now ranked 7. It's struggling to do $500,000 in sales in a single day. It didn't even do $5 million in sales the previous 7 days. And the reason was the Bitcoin ecosystem doesn't really have the tech to support innovation. That's the reason, right? People can buy JPEGs all day long, but unless you have significant art that they're buying, or unless you have something that is actually has tangible utility, something that actually is pushing tech forward and is innovative and creative, people are going to leave it as soon as there's no profits and as soon as there's nothing substantial to take part in. That's the problem. So seeing some money put aside now to support builders and developers, it's exactly what the ecosystem needs at the exact right time. This is a very good move, and I'm very excited to see that. Etihad Airways is launching a loyalty program. I don't believe it's their first loyalty program. I think it's just their latest, offering an NFT that for 1 year gets you, gets you on your flight early, which is always nice, right? I think it gets you access to those, what are those cool kid clubs that you get to go into if you've got money in the airport and you get to hang out in like that special cool lounge that I'll never be in. It's basically like that. All that's pretty darn cool, other than it's a 12-month benefit. Etihad, do you even NFT? These are forever assets. The perks that come with the NFT should last forever. This is what NFT people expect. Okay, I understand people in NFTs right now are built different, we're a different breed, and that the masses coming in may not think like us, but they need to understand what this tech can do, and this asset should have perks that last your entire life. Raise the price. Sell just a few of them if that's all you can move at that price, but lean into what the tech can do. Its provenance, its permanence, and build utility around that. Still, cool to see them offering NFTs, so not taking away from that at all. Pretty funny. I saw the Barbie movie this past weekend with my girls and my wife. It was pretty awesome. Lead actress Margot Robbie. I don't know. I don't pay attention to pop culture too much. I don't know her name. Harley Quinn. She made some kind of comment that that Bitcoin is for Kens. She's probably not wrong. I think Ken is turning into a derogatory term, but it is funny. I don't know if she is aware of this or not. When I went to VCon this year, which was incredible, by the way, my first ever NFT conference, I highly recommend that anybody goes to conferences when you have a chance, especially VCon. If you have to pick one, VCon's phenomenal. There's a big old Barbie booth there. So I don't know if she's aware that there are Barbie NFTs, and they're pretty cool. Actually, they are cool. So I don't know if she made that statement and she's pitting Bitcoin against NFTs, or if she's just totally unaware that Barbie is in the world of crypto. But either way, I thought that was pretty funny. Expect to be called a Ken or a Barbie. I'm okay if they want to call us NFT dorks Barbies. I think that's pretty funny. So maybe officially we're the Barbies. Here's a big story. Actually, legit big. A lot about NFTs and maybe business in general. It's who you know. It just is. It's who you know. It's breaking down barriers. It's forming partnerships. It's building together. Probably one of the single most important things of Web3, the ethos of Web3, is community and working together. Well, OpenSea has a new employee. It's a former Polygon Labs biz dev executive. Let's get her name. Kelly DiGregorio. I'm terrible with names. I really, really am. And I have a really weird name, and I struggle with even like simple names. Kelly, your name isn't hard. I just suck with names. But Kelly was responsible for bringing some of those really, really big brands over to Polygon, the things that made news, rightfully so, that put Polygon on the map. I'm talking about Disney, Verizon, YouTube, and let's even remember, Polygon is in the Disney Incubator program. That's how highly Disney thinks of Polygon. So a lot of that you credit to Kelly. Kelly is now joining OpenSea. She is, what's her title there? Oh, she also worked at Dapper Labs. That's pretty cool. Dapper Labs is NBA Top Shot, NFL All Day, UFC Strike, really big brand stuff. So Kelly's done pretty well. She's done pretty well for us here in the NFT space. She's one of us. What's her title here at OpenSea? She's appointed the VP and head of global content partnerships at OpenSea. That's fantastic, right? Bringing the big brands to the biggest marketplace in the world, the biggest NFT marketplace. Yes, the Blur marketplace does more volume, a lot more volume. Most of it's fake trades, most of it's wash trades. OpenSea still does the most legitimate NFT sales. That's something you can build off of. You can't build off of what Blur is doing. As soon as there's no rewards left on the Blur platform, there's nothing left. You're not going to have buyers there. They have great tools on the Blur site. They do. It's a great trading site, but you can't build something of substance there. I don't believe, right? I don't think that would make sense. But on OpenSea, you can. They have real sales taking place there to the tune of millions and millions every day. In the peak of the bull market, we're talking hundreds of millions per day. So now it's time to branch out even further and shake hands with Disney, Verizon, YouTube, and other big brands who probably haven't even touched the Web3 space yet, but probably thanks to Kelly and OpenSea, they will. So this is a great move for NFTs and for Web3, and you love to see it. People say that the building happens in a bear market. We're seeing this every day here, news like this. So if you're discouraged about the prices and the price action, if that's all getting you down, just look at things like this to know NFTs are on the right track. And those prices, if that's what you care about in the space, they will come back. They will come back because of things like this. Okay, and we're going to wrap on DeGods. I've mentioned a few times, too, that DeGods Season 3 would be coming out soon, though no date had been announced. It felt like Frank, the creator of the project, was waiting to maybe feel out the market, especially after what happened with the Azuki Mint, to some degree what happened with the Cyberkongs Mint. Well, today on a podcast, Frank did announce that Season 3 is coming. Sounds like it's coming on August 9th. I don't have the details of this mint, but it does sound like holders of DeGods are going to get a new PFP. It's going to have the same traits as your existing PFP. They're just changing the aesthetic of it. There's some comments or some understanding that the current collection looks really monstrous. They're gory. They have a really unique look. I love the art. I was talking with my brother recently about that, about how much I like the art, and it really stands out. But as your digital identity, something we've been talking a little bit about today, do you want this like melty looking monster character that might have a knife like put through his body or his head or something? No, there's probably some times that you want to have a very professional looking avatar for your digital identity. And I believe that's what this new collection will lean into. So something a little more professional, maybe a little more clean. And they're also introducing female avatars. So it's an evolution of the collection. And Frank also says that when you do something in Web3, you need to change the game every time, right? We're accustomed to getting a lot of derivatives and a lot of the same product delivered over and over. And at this point, for years, we've seen a lot of the same type of thing, just PFPs over and over. You have to innovate. And that's something that Frank does and will not release a new NFT until he innovates again. So the wait was simply for that, to make sure he's bringing something new to the NFT ecosystem. And I'm sure collectors, holders especially of DeGods, will appreciate that. So there's some type of point system over in the DeGods ecosystem. Players or holders are going to keep accumulating these points leading up to this new mint. I'm assuming it is an NFT, this Season 3, and we'll see how this plays out. I will do a little digging and see if I can get more info on what this DeGods Season 3 will look like, but it's coming here soon, and it's a very, very big event for the blockchain. I think we're going to wrap there. Thanks for hanging with me again. I will be back tomorrow morning. What the heck? I might even turn this on later tonight. We'll see. But for now, I'll catch you later, and I hope you have a great night. See you.